What is happening, friends? Today I'm really excited to show you a new Visual Studio Code extension that brings Grammarly support to Visual Studio Code. Oh, I'm so excited about this. We're going to install it, we'll take a look at it, and we'll do it right after this. Alright, so if you've been following me at all, you know that I'm a huge fan of Grammarly and that I've been looking for this extension for a long time. I actually even went off on my own and tried to do this, but at the time there just was no way for me to be able to do this. So I was really happy to find out a couple days ago on Twitter that someone, Rahul, who is actually a Vue.js team, core team member, built this extension. First off, it's in the Visual Studio Code Marketplace, so you can go ahead and look for it and install it, and we'll do that in just a second. I've only been using it for like a day and a half, so I don't have a ton of feedback, so it's going to be a very early thoughts on it, but that's okay. So I do want to look at the Github Repo. So if you go over to the Github Repo, you will see how this extension works, some features, settings, and kind of what's new. And I actually reached out to Rahul on Twitter, and he already fixed something that was kind of annoying. So that was awesome to see. So what I was really interested in is like, how does this work? Because there's not an official API from Grammarly, because I know, because I've been bugging them for a long time. So if you go over to his website and look at the Grammarly on Code blog post, he goes through how this was actually done. And it looks like that somebody out there, he's taking advantage of something else that was already created. And you know how like there's a Chrome plugin for Grammarly? Well, that Chrome plugin has to communicate with some type of API, right? Under the hood, there's an undocumented API, and somebody went out and reverse engineered that, which was really awesome. And so what Rahul did was just kind of build on that project and built a Visual Studio Code extension. So I don't know, this isn't officially supported by Grammarly, and because this is an undocumented API, it may just stop working one day. I hope it doesn't. But this is just so cool to see. I've been waiting for this forever. So let's go ahead and jump on in. So before I actually install it, I'm going to hop back over to Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to go over to extensions because I have one already installed. So I have this code spell checker. And before you install that, if you have this installed, I would go ahead and disable this just because, not that there's anything wrong with this extension. By the way, I do want to say, look at that, over 1 million downloads. This is a really good extension. I just don't think they can work at the same time. So that's why I'm saying disable this, not because of the product itself. It's a really cool extension. But I'm going to disable that. I'm going to come back over to the browser here. We're going to go ahead and install, and you could have searched through it through the extensions. I just have this page open already. So when you click that button from the website, it actually brings it up in Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to go ahead and click install. And thanks to Visual Studio Code now, we don't have to reload anything. So we can just go ahead and jump right in. So I'm going to go over to a blog post. So the reason I like this is because I write a lot of my posts in Markdown, and it's nice to write them right in the editor without having to copy and paste code into Grammarly to kind of check your stuff. So I'm actually going to get rid of that because you shouldn't have seen that. But first of all, it actually gives us everything that Grammarly gives us. So it does some spell checking, and it also does some checking on grammar. All right, so right away we have some error checking here. And if you hover over it, it says this is a misspelled word. It actually tells you the word and the Grammarly. And so it says this unknown word. So you can actually go to a quick fix, and you can like add this to your dictionary. You can correct this. I think I can do this the same way with command period. Yep. So I wish correct spelling was up top, but maybe that's just something that's going on. So what I really like this for, though, is the grammar support. So if I were to go ahead and say, in this tutorial, I am going to show you. So right away, it's kind of noticing that I should have a comma here. So you see missing comma after introductory phrase. Sorry. And so we can do a quick fix, and it says add comma. So that is just awesome. That is what I have been looking for a while. I am the king of missing commas and tense, so hopefully that works with that too. So that's really cool. Now, one thing I said that at the beginning that I reached out to Rahul about was I do a lot of code. So code fences already are, so if you do like JS and you come in here and you console.log hello world. So that already is going to be ignored. So we're not doing any spell checking or grammar checking in code fences, which is really awesome. But I also do inline code fences. So npm run serve. I don't want Grammarly running in there. So he already made an update. If we look at this, there is a Grammarly.diagnostics, and we can add inline code to that. So I'm going to go ahead and go in my settings, and I'm going to go down to Grammarly.diagnostics, and instead of just code, I'm going to add a inline code as well. I'm going to save that, head back over to my blog post, and after maybe a couple seconds, that should go ahead and fix itself. Actually, maybe I'll close this and open that back up. And there we go. So now both in inline code and code fences, I'm no longer getting Grammarly support, which is exactly what I want. So now I can just come into Visual Studio Code, write my blog post right in here. I get spell checking, I get grammar checking, I get everything that I'm looking for when I'm writing my blog post. So I'm really excited about this. Again, really big kudos to Rahul. I hope I'm saying your name right. For creating this wonderful extension, and I hope to see some really great things coming out of it. Again, it is open source. It's on GitHub, so if you see some issues, go ahead and raise them. If you see something that you'd like to contribute to the project, that is the really great thing about open source. If you see something that you can add to it, please do so. Just really excited to be using this. Again, I've been a day and a half in, so I will keep using this for a little while now and hopefully come back with some more thoughts on the extension. But I have a feeling this is going to be probably one of my favorite extensions just because of all the writing that I do. So I think that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give me that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and as always, friends, happy coding.